Welcome back to the Scent Spotlight. This is the show where we highlight the best creators that are on the Scent platform. Joining me this week is a really special artist. I've known him for quite a long time on Scent, been a big fan of his art. He's probably most recognizable for the stamp artwork he shares on Scent, on Super Rare, and many other sites. He's also, at least to me, the hardest working man in crypto art today. I'm joined today by Mattia C. Welcome to the Scent Spotlight, Mattia.
Hi, Matthew. It's a pleasure.
Cool. And then I'll start the show off exactly how I start every other show off. Tell us who Mattia C is.
Okay. Well, I think that is all something that comes out with colliding of many things. So basically, I was in a technical school. There I've understood how to do things. Then I've converted myself to graphic designer, and then I've understood how to explain the things that I've learned at the technical school. Now happens that I am in a time, and I have got some time and got some space to do all the stuff together. I have always done this kind of things with Xerox machines, with small printings, and with normal stuff, not only with computer. But now is the right time to put a lot of things together, as you have told, rubber stamps and printing. And then I found out in my archives yesterday some Xerox works, then collage, and then graphical design with computer. But not only, because also I'm a designer of other things. Sometimes happens that I can think outside of the box, and I found solutions also for other things. For my exhibition, I've designed a fan because the place was really hot. I find the solution to make the stamps also rubber stamped. And so basically, this is the force that is moving me, find solutions. Now I'm also part of this co-working. That's the place that makes me do that large pieces. That's Linos & Co. in Udine, Italy. And then I'm also part of this edutainment association that's called Caleidoscienza.
Cool. Well, you kind of alluded to it. You talked about always wanting to try to find solutions. I'm just wondering if there's a broader way that you would define your artistic style. I first was attracted to your work, and I first came across you as an artist with your rubber stamped based work. And it's really detailed, labor intensive. I guess one of my favorite pieces of yours is your foldable piece, which is quite large. I know it took you about 6 hours to create. It has this really striking red line cutting across the piece diagonally. And I feel like that piece encapsulates a very particular part of your artistic style, and also again highlights the fact that you are one of the hardest working people, I think, in crypto art. You're always either in the studio making something, or you're putting something together for Scent, or you're in the Telegram chat for like KO or any of the other marketplaces. You're so active and you're doing so much. And I'm just wondering if you can describe your style and how your hardworking approach meshes with your style.
Okay. I want only to tell you that what you see is 1% of what I do. If you can be with me all day, I'm always piece of papers, and then I take out my pencil and scrap and ideas in my mind. I think that is a process that always going on. Now I've only understood that it's a need, this thing. Tell you an example. I bought a large piece. I always wanted to do large piece, but I haven't the place. So I found the solution to fold out the paper and then take home and work, back and forth, and try to find out the place to do these big things. And this is the force, imagination that collides with finding a way that is practical for me. I am not so good at drawing. I'm not so good with designing fully with computer. When I put this thing together, then happens the magic.
Cool. And I'm just, your stamp work, I have not seen anyone else pursue that mode of art. as intensely as you have before. I don't think I've ever heard the background story of how you actually found your rubber stamp passion. Where did that come from? And the designs that you're making with these rubber stamps, like, what do they mean? What do they signify to you as you're making them?
Okay. Well, it happened that 2 years ago, I made a small Kickstarter project that was basically in the Make 100 movement. And then I got to find a solution to make a sign to every piece. And then I've hand carved some small stamp to sign these pieces. Well, the thing evolved, and also all the other people asked me more stamps. And then basically I've designed 9 different small rubber stamps for a children kit. And so a solution to draw, basically for the kids, with these 9 rubber stamps. Well, I've made 3 pieces. I've sold one to the girl that has commissioned me. Then I've got 2 kits of these rubber stamps, and no one asked me of these pieces. I've studied how to use it. I've produced the grid. I've always used a grid for being precise, okay? Now that is past 1 year, maybe the grid will go away. But for the moment, I'm still using it. And then basically these 2 things together, the stamps in one hand and the grid in the other, make me do these kind of things. First experiments was only, let's see what happens if I have this surface and then I basically do a stamp in every single square. And then the thing evolved. Maybe sometimes there's abstract stuff. Maybe sometimes there are faces. One time happened. And I always trying to push the limit of this thing. Maybe to go to other illustrative way, or maybe to find other way to use this to explain things, to do infographics, maybe to do fonts. I also design fonts, and so I simplify them, able to be stamped. Okay, and then who knows what will happen tomorrow if I put together the stamps, or if I do another stamp that makes another thing. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. When you're putting together the stamps and the grid, the design that comes out, like, what are you looking for? Is it something that just pops out and is visually captivating? Or do you want it to have some sort of almost like mathematical geometric design? I'm very curious about that part.
It happens that sometimes I'm more free, like the foldable one. Now I want to stress this. Now I want to see what happens if I have got this surface, okay? And I love this red that breaks. This is a thing that happens many times in my work. The red line, the stripe, the thing that breaks in two. You have a thing that is really regular, and then you break into. What happens? Sometimes it happens in a different way. Okay, I've got this image. How can I do in my pixel art rubber stamp? Or if it's a font or is a more geometric, then there's a lot of study before with my computer. Then I do the design, and then becomes the error, because sometimes the error happens and it's beautiful. That's the thing that I adore most.
Very cool. Well, the one thing I love to watch is just your progression and how you interact with the community and how you're always sharing your new experiments on Scent. But I'm always curious for anyone that I meet on Scent, like, how did you actually come across Scent to begin with?
Okay, well, I found out Scent because Connie was spreading out this news that he or she was using Scent, and then people came across to this place, and then I told myself, oh, another social platform. We don't have too much of this. Okay, I tried it. It was quite cool. The first day, I wasn't aware of all that things coming around, and then the red bell that is messages and also activity. But well, there are basically 4 things that you have to do in Scent. It's so simple. I loved from the first time the font, really cool. It's really similar to the one that I use basically in my communication when it's printed. And I use it from my browser, from Firefox browser on Mac. And on Android, I'm using it from Trust Wallet. So basically, always with browsers that are connected with a Web3 interface.
Same. Yeah, and then the font that we use, I believe it's a Verta font.
Verta? Okay, it's similar to Futura.
Okay. I think it may be in the same family.
Yeah.
Well, for you yourself, especially as an artist, is there any function or is there any feature that you would like Scent to incorporate or add to make your experience better? I'm always curious.
Yeah, I have also told this in a post that appeared some months ago. It will be really great if we have got a little bit more functions in the Word.
The editor?
Okay, so we can put text on left, text on right, or centered, and then maybe a bit of image resizing of the image. Okay, only this, because the rest is quite cool. The autosave function in draft is really great and really useful. I was used to see that kind of things in WordPress and in other platforms, but Scent I find is cool. It's okay.
Yeah. Improvements to the word editor are definitely on the product roadmap. Surprisingly, they're some of the most difficult changes to make. The Web3, the crypto function, not a problem. But it's the basic things that you would not assume to be difficult. Always the biggest problem. Always.
It's always this way. It's always this way. When you have to interface with the man, with people, it's always the same. And here we can tell another thing that we haven't told before in the interview. This clash between man and machine. I found this is the last thing in my work. Like you said, are doing this clash with man, machine, functions, economics. Basically, also my work is going parallel to this. It's amazing.
It's super fascinating. And then I'm curious if there's any user or any creator on Scent that you would like to know a little bit more about and that you would like to see spotlighted. If you have any suggestions, let me know and I'll try to make that happen for you.
Okay. There are a pair of them, and there is also so many people that are outside Scent that I'm always trying to keep come here. But I want to nominate blackbox.art, Sparrow.
Oh, nice. Very nice. I'll make that happen. I'm sure she'll be super excited to be spotlighted too. So that's awesome. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mattia. It was a pleasure to finally be able to talk to you face to face. For everyone out there, Mattia and I were talking with a video chat. Actually, this is the very first spotlight we've done with a video chat.
Yeah, because I'm Italian, and you have got to see me when I use my hands to explain things. It's the main function.
There's a lot of hand movement going on. It was awesome. But thank you so much for your time.
But I think this is not the last time that we meet again.
Oh, absolutely not.
Because I have a lot of things to do to explain to other people outside.
And I'm looking forward to talking with you in the future. It was a pleasure, Mattia.
Yep.
Cheers. Thank you so much.